I helped my brother leave his bride at the altar, because she invited our mother. Hey everyone. Before we kick off today's video, I've got a favor to ask. We've noticed our channel isn't getting as much love lately, and subscribing is one of the easiest ways you can help us out. It's quick, free, and it means we can keep bringing you awesome content. Your support really means a lot, so let's work together to keep this channel growing. Thanks a bunch. Now, let's dive into the video. So, I'm 28, and I've got two older brothers aged 34 and 32. Axel, who's 30, isn't in the US. This story's about my middle brother. When I was really little, our parents split up because our mom was insanely jealous. It was okay for a bit, as my dad managed to deal with it, but things got messy when she started accusing me of wanting to take on a wife role. That was the last straw for him. Mom quickly moved on, got with a guy who already had 2 kids, and they shared custody of us for a while. But when Dad remarried, things hit the fan. Mom went off the rails, calling his new wife awful names and making up stories about him cheating on her during their marriage. I was always closer to my dad and brothers since Mom was pretty mean to me. Then my stepmom died in a terrible car crash. When Dad called Mom to say he'd pick us up early for the funeral, Mom decided to take us on a fun trip instead, acting like it was the best time ever. When we found out about the funeral and got upset, she told us only worthless people cry over that stuff. That was the breaking point, and Dad went for full custody. He did keep the door open for us to stay in touch with Mom and even paid for our visits after she moved away, but things stayed rough. Once we all hit 18, we started seeing less of her. The last time I saw her was at my high school graduation, where she went off about how ungrateful we were, aided by her husband, who called us names. I've been no contact with her since then. Fast forward, my brother Sam started dating his ex 3 years ago. She knew all about our drama with Mom but thought we were just being dramatic. They had quite a few disagreements over this, but she eventually stopped pushing for reconciliation. Things seemed fine during their wedding planning until the big day. We got to the church and, surprise, there were Mom, her husband, and her step-kids right at the front. I freaked out and called my brothers. Sam assumed they crashed the wedding and called his fiancée, who casually mentioned she had invited them. Sam was furious, hung up, and asked me to take him home while our oldest brother dealt with the situation at the church. Back at home, we shut ourselves in, even as Sam's ex, her family, and friends tried to talk things out. Her husband even called to insult us. Now, most of Sam's friends and family are on his side. Our dad's ex's parents threatened to sue if Sam doesn't go through with the wedding, but Sam would rather pay them back than marry someone who betrayed him. Our immediate family is fully backing Sam, but the drama fallout has been intense. Either way, Sam's ex never apologized. She doubled down, texting my oldest brother Joe, saying she thought inviting Mom was a nice gesture since she values family. Meanwhile, Dad had gifted them a house, but only Sam's name is on the deed. The locks have been changed, and Joe, along with some cousins, is moving Sam's stuff out of her place. Though the threat of a lawsuit isn't a concern, we're playing it safe by consulting a lawyer. We heard Mom and her entourage are still in town, but we're all bunking at our childhood home, so we're unfazed. Dad is upset over Sam's heartbreak but is doing his best to lift his spirits, along with my boyfriend and sister-in-law. I had to delete my social media due to all the nasty comments, but as more people hear why Sam bolted, the hate's letting up. I feel bad she was embarrassed, but my brother's well-being is my priority. Lastly, Joe filled me in on what happened after we left the church. He got up in front of everyone and explained that Sam wasn't coming and asked them to leave, promising to return the gifts. The ex was outside the church when she got the news. She lost it, screaming and trying to reach Sam. Mom tried talking to Joe, but he ignored her. When she couldn't get a rise out of him, she put on a dramatic crying show, and some people even comforted her. Joe and his wife weren't fazed by this at all, and when they left the church, the ex was waiting, demanding to see Sam. Too late, though. So, Joe wasn't up for it, and then she was all like, demanding to know what was up with the party plans. Joe said, "If you don't want the venue, I'll make sure the food goes to the staff, so it doesn't go to waste." Everyone was freaking out, except Joe. He just didn't want to give Mom the satisfaction. After hitting up the supermarket and grabbing some fast food, Joe, Sil, and I headed home. It felt like being kids again, just with more people around. We even asked Sam if he wanted us to leave, but he was cool with us staying. We'd already taken time off after the wedding for family time, so it's all good. The ex showed up at the gate, and it was clear she wasn't going to use the venue. So, my sibling called them with Sam's info, told them to donate the food, and even threw in some tips for their trouble. Looks like we're getting all the booze back that Dad paid for, So looks like it's gonna be a boozy end of the year. A couple of folks hit me up, asking why Dad married Mom in the first place. Simple, he was head over heels and thought she was the best thing ever. Turns out, nope, but she had everyone fooled back then. Dad thought about sticking around until we were adults, hoping she'd change, but she just got worse. Sometimes, she'd act all nice, and he thought she was changing, but she always flipped back. Sam's ex probably still thinks Mom's a sweetheart and that we're just ungrateful kids. She's got that charm, and some people love making fun of others as long as they're not the target. Sam explained everything to his boss, who was at the church. He's super understanding and was pretty shocked at what Mom put us through, considering we're pretty normal and happy folks. Dad said it was a shock for us all, and we can chill at home for as long as we need. Sam's moving back for now. I showed my family your kind messages, and Sam wants everyone to know that X didn't show any concerning behavior before. He thinks she got his upbringing and agreed to talk to her and her parents today, but only at our place with us there to back him up. Should be an interesting visit. As for my runaway bro update, Sam lost some cash, but he's alright. Her parents paid for the dress, a fancy cake, and part of the honeymoon. X wasn't our favorite in-law, but we thought she genuinely cared for Sam. We've cut ties with Mom's side. Joe used to chat with Grandma, but after his wedding drama, he's done with her too. Mom's comments about me wanting to be the wife came from her thinking it was weird for us to have daddy-daughter days. But Dad had days with Joe and Sam too, he was just that kind of dad. We don't really talk about our childhood, so when people ask about our parents, we say it's just Dad or Dad and his siblings. Most folks assume Mom's gone, and that helps avoid the whole awkward conversation. Mom's step-kids are both guys in their early 30s. Dad's got a long-term girlfriend we're cool with, and she's been super supportive. Now, for the update, I was wondering why Sam agreed to meet up after giving her the silent treatment. Turns out, she sent videos and pics of his stuff all over the floor to his buddy Tom, threatening to trash it if he didn't talk to her. Tom came by, Sam filled him in, and they basically said they need to get into the flat before anything goes down. So, Tom, Joe, a couple of cousins, and my BF went and grabbed Sam's clothes, electronics, and important papers. Sam joked they're the fastest moving crew he knows. The meeting was, to put it mildly, a circus. She showed up with her family, tried to get Sam alone, but he wasn't having it. She rambled on without apologizing, saying it's not her fault we don't value real family and were raised to hate moms. She was worried Sam would take her kids away because that's what his upbringing taught him. Sam stayed quiet till she dissed the family like that. Whoa, okay, so things got pretty intense with Sam and the family. It all started when tensions reached a boiling point. Sam was totally done with dealing with his ex, who he found out was a total faker, and he let her know exactly how he felt. He couldn't believe he ever got involved with her, especially after seeing how she acted like a victim instead of owning up to her mistakes. When things got heated, Sam's ex's parents just sat there, all red-faced, while she started crying. Her sisters tried stepping in, thinking we'd join the drama, but we just stayed out of it. Sam even told his ex's dad that if they wanted to start legal trouble, he'd be ready to air all their dirty secrets for everyone to see. The weird part? Her dad still thought Sam should patch things up and get married to her. Like, seriously? At that point, everyone started focusing on how to undo the wedding plans, dealing with gifts, the honeymoon, and changing locks. His ex kept trying to get through to Sam, but he was all business and shut her down when she tried to keep the engagement ring. Then, after all the chaos, his mom and her husband decided to sneak in to stir the pot some more. She got all loud, saying we were raised wrong and whatnot. Joe went out and told her to leave, even when she tried to sweet-talk him. Joe just wanted her out of his life for good. Dad wasn't thrilled about how Joe handled it, but he got that Joe needed to vent. We all kind of feel the same way, like we never want to see her again. We're all planning to hit up some family therapy, on top of our solo sessions, just to work through it all. Lately, we've been distracting ourselves with movie nights and joking around about the drama. Lastly, just to clarify, the names are made up for privacy, but to anyone doubting us, know that my brothers are awesome, and we'd do anything for each other. Thanks for letting me share this wild ride. Hey everyone. Just wanted to give you a quick update on what's been happening with our little group. Feel free to drop me a private message if you have questions or even if you're mad at us. Just a heads up, though, I'll be responding publicly. To the person who wrote a whole essay accusing Joe of being parentified, here's the deal, my brothers hung out with me because they wanted to, not because they had to. We had our special days and did fun stuff together or with friends. They were never forced into taking care of me, they had plenty of freedom. Our parents divorced when I was 3, and we mostly lived with Dad. We really only saw our mom if we were together. After Joe and Sam turned 18, they'd only visit mom if I had to go, just so I wouldn't be alone. We've all been in therapy for ages, but we're doing some extra sessions because we recently saw mom. Joe was the only one who interacted with her. Sam and I can handle ourselves, and Joe didn't need to confront her, but he did. As for why Dad didn't go to the church with Joe, it was because Sam asked him to go home. We didn't think Dad needed to see her. Sam was heartbroken over his breakup with Daniela because he thought they'd be together forever. It's been emotional, but growing up, we learned to control our feelings around people we don't trust. Joe used to talk to Grandma but stopped after she brought Mom to an event as her +1. No religious ceremonies were involved, and there was strict security. Joe sent Grandma a letter afterward and never spoke to her again. We didn't even go to her funeral. The wedding had about 250 guests, and Daniela, who's not Brazilian, used different names on the seating chart, so we didn't know about it. By the way, Dad wants everyone to know that none of his kids are alcoholics, even if this is anonymous, LOL. This week's been nuts. Some of you predicted a pregnancy stunt, and you were right. Daniela posted online claiming she was pregnant, causing a frenzy. Sam called her, and they met up to talk it out. She deleted the post but thought Sam wanted to get back together, which was awkward when I showed up. She dramatically claimed she was pregnant and didn't want her child to be from a broken family. Sam suggested a doctor's visit to confirm, which didn't go down well. Spoiler, she wasn't pregnant. But then she posted that Sam forced her to have an abortion, completely untrue. People are so whiplashed by the drama that they don't know what to believe. My sister Anna found out and called Daniela. I'm not sure what was said, but Anna was furious. The false posts were removed, and Anna sent an email to everyone involved, clarifying that Daniela was never pregnant. Daniela had a breakdown afterward, leaving voicemails saying she couldn't live without Sam. It was another classic move from Mom's playbook. Sam called the police, and Daniela's family got her into therapy. Honestly, we're not happy it's come to this, but we're stepping back and changing our phone numbers. Our mother even threatened to sue Anna for defamation over the email, but we're not worried. Anna's parents are amazing and have our backs 100%. Joe was mad at first, but Anna convinced him to let it go. Mom's husband has been a pain, as usual. Dad's thinking about a restraining order, but they're not really effective here. So, we had a blast yesterday with a little get-together at home. There was karaoke, dancing, delicious food and drinks, games, and even a bouncy house because, why not? We love those things. Most people stayed away from chatting about the wedding and the posts, but those who did were pretty cool about it. Dad had already given out a bunch of alcohol to his employees, letting them pick what they liked, and he's planning to add some bottles to his Christmas gift baskets this year. We're going to spend the holidays together and do some traveling. I mentioned the new paint job for the house to Sam, but he's not into living there, he's thinking of renting it out. I joked about just eloping or skipping the whole big wedding thing to dodge any drama, but Joe was like, no way, you're getting the biggest party ever if that's what you want. He's seriously the best. Thanks for all the sweet comments and messages. Not so much for the mean ones, though. Your interest means a lot, and it's always fun updating our little cult, just kidding. Shout out to the best subs and YouTube fam, you guys are part of the story now. I do read every single comment and message. Some folks mentioned I might lack a female role model, but I had my grandma, aunts, and other family figures. Dad's girlfriend, Rita, isn't a mother figure, but she's amazing and we love her. She's cool with not being married to Dad, and if he did want to tie the knot again, we'd be all for it. Daniela is doing okay, though her sisters tried to stir up drama and paint us as the bad guys. But after Anna sent an email, nobody's falling for it. One sister even got dumped by her boyfriend because he didn't want to deal with a toxic family. Oh, and I won't be sharing where we live or what Dad does, so please stop asking. We've got new numbers and social media handles and are planning to move. Joe and I also keep track of some things with fake names, just to keep my ramble straight. Dad wants everyone to know that your applications to our cult have been approved, LOL. I can't believe my last update was just early November, time flies. Anyway, lots of good stuff is happening. Sam's doing great, he's taking a break from work with his boss's blessing and is staying with Dad, living off his savings. He's taking up running and even plans to do a marathon next year. He's back to his goofy self, and he and Dad are hilariously trying to paint rooms and do murals at home. Daniela wrote Sam a letter, but he returned it. The house is being rented out, and he's cool with it. Oh, and I'm engaged. Turns out, Matt's been planning this for months. When I joked about eloping, he totally freaked. Sam was in on it too and didn't want to make things weird, but he said not telling me would have been more awkward. Matt also checked in with Joe and my dad. When he asked Dad for my hand, Dad made him sweat a bit, but it was all in good fun. It happened earlier this month, and I'm super excited, though maybe not as much as Dad, who's eager to walk me down the aisle even if it's just a civil ceremony. The other big news is that Joe and Anna's adoption is official. They've got the sweetest baby ever. They've been on the adoption list forever, so when they told us the baby was officially theirs, we all cried, happy tears, of course. Dad's thrilled to be a grandpa, which is adorable. So, despite some rough patches this year, we've had something amazing happen in our family, probably the best thing in years. Mom found out about the new baby and insisted on meeting her. But don't worry, we've taken steps to keep her away with our own version of a restraining order, so she's not getting anywhere near her if we can help it. Now, because of everything going on, especially with the new addition to the family, we've decided to stay put instead of traveling. We had a small Christmas get-together last weekend to welcome the little one with a baby shower/engagement type gathering. Joe and Ann couldn't make it in person since she's still too young, but they joined us over Zoom. We all thought it would be hilarious to give Sam gifts like t-shirts, mugs, and sweatshirts with Julia Roberts on them because, well, he's kind of the runaway bride in the family. Joe and I are thinking about moving out of our flat into a house because, let's be honest, we need more space. We're still a bit shaken from everything that's happened, but we're trying to focus on the positives. Even though there's been drama, I'm incredibly thankful for our family. I've been sharing these updates, and I know they haven't been super dramatic lately, but that's how we prefer it. I'm going to keep the account up in case there's something major to share. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a great end to the year and an amazing start to 2022. Now, here's a bit of a catch-up. A lot of you have asked, so yes, our native language is Spanish. In our country, adoptions are finalized by the government, and open adoptions are rare. Joe and Anna have been waiting to adopt, which is how they want to have kids. I made a little joke about us announcing the Pope because we're all like family here, ages 35, 33, and 29. Turns out, HB was supposed to mean husband, but we all laugh because huge bastard works too. It fits both ways honestly. Joe and I moved last year as planned, and this year has been pretty good, just some minor drama with Daniela. But, oh boy, she came back swinging. She's pregnant and claims Sam is the father. The kicker? Sam wasn't even in the country when the baby was conceived. He's ready to take a paternity test to prove it, but she won't go for it. Poor Sam feels bad for the kid though. Daniela's dad tried to sue Sam for emotional distress of his daughters, but thanks to Joe, who's a lawyer by the way, nothing came of it. Our mom still tries to meet the baby. She pulled out her old trick of claiming she's terribly sick, needing a transplant or something. She's done this cancer trick 5 times, but she's never actually had it. The drama queen just loves the attention. She even tried to play this card with Anna's mom through Facebook. Anna's mom is a sweet Catholic lady but wasn't fooled. She questioned mom about her illness, and when things didn't add up, she blocked her and shared the hilarious exchange online. It's like high school drama with a grown-up twist, and honestly, it's too funny. The baby's doing great, healthy and happy. The only drama was about what Rita, our stepmom, would be called. Our mom insisted Rita shouldn't be called Grandma, but Joe and Anna talked it over with her, and they all agreed she'd be Grandma Rita. Mom can't do anything about it. Sam's doing well too. He quit his job and started his own thing. He still lives at the family home and rents out the other house. He's kind of seeing someone new. She's awesome, makes killer cakes, knits, and knows all about the family shenanigans. We've got our fingers crossed and hope for the best. Hey everyone. So, things have been moving kind of slowly but surely for us, and it's great to see my brother with someone special. He's been hanging out with Dad, painting rooms, and the results are, well, kind of like the stuff you'd make in kindergarten. So funny it's embarrassing, but I love it. On a serious note, Dad caught COVID for the first time, and it freaked him out enough to update his will. That's why my brother Joe's job is important. They wanted to make sure Sam and I were in the loop about it. In the will, everything Dad owns is split 4 ways among his kids, with a quarter going to any grandkids. But the family house isn't getting divided up, they're putting it in my name soon. I was a bit puzzled at first, but Joe and Dad talked it over and thought it was best if I had it, with Sam's okay. Sam's totally cool with it and happy about it, maybe because I'm the youngest, but that's fine by me. Joe just bought a house nearby, so even though we're not on the same street, we're still close. Since I'll be getting the house, Matt and I aren't looking to buy anything else. We moved into the family home. It's been an interesting but nice experience. Dad's semi-retired now and spends a lot of time at Rita's, so it all works out. Sam can stay as long as he wants, but but his murals might need to go, lol. Matt and I are still engaged and loving life, we're babysitting and got a new cat this spring. No baby news just yet, but we're planning a December wedding, and we're super excited. There's no major drama, just steady progress and healing, which is just how we like it. One of us is a big fan of Reddit updates, so we figured, why not share our news here? Hope you're all having an awesome end of 2022 and here's to a great 2023. Now, catching up on more news, we've got 2 cats now. Sam moved in with his girlfriend, and we're thrilled that he's happy again. Dad's mostly living with Rita, which is bittersweet, but we're all supportive. On the downside, we found out there was cancer on Mom's side of the family, not her, but one of her stepchildren, who sadly passed away early this year. It's complicated with that side of the family, but we're staying no contact. In better news, Danielle had a cute baby boy, but not Sam's. She tried to get him to acknowledge and sign papers, but Sam refused, and a test confirmed he's not the father. She lost it when Sam started dating seriously and moving in with his girlfriend, who, by the way, is awesome and just fits into our family perfectly. Danielle even tried cyberbullying, but Sam's girlfriend handled it like a pro. Sam's doing great, still in therapy, as we all are, but much better. He even ran his first marathon, not perfect timing, but he did it. Joe and his family are doing fantastic, and they're still hoping to adopt another child. Adoption works differently here than in the US. You get on a list after some tests and interviews, and when it's your turn, the baby is yours. Back to family life, our baby girl is just the cutest. We're trying not to spoil her too much, though. She's got her space at our place, with Rita, and at Sam's while they look for a permanent home. Dad practically lives with Rita now, and they're loving being hands-on grandparents. They even claim the cats as grandbabies, which is hilarious because Dad wasn't a big fan of cats at first. In the beginning, he wasn't really into it, but now he's all about snapping pics of his pets. He even prints the best ones just because that's what he's always done. He loves sharing updates with his friends, though sometimes they get mixed up about whether he's talking about the cats or the baby because he gets so pumped about everything they do. He does go overboard on buying them toys, but I guess that's just a grandpa thing, lol. Oh, and we finally tied the knot in December. My dad walked me down the aisle even though we did things a bit differently than usual for my country. Joe was Matt's best man, and Sam was my best maid. He kept wanting to be called Julio during the whole planning phase. When it came to the wedding, the mother tried to sway Anna's mom, but she stayed tight-lipped. Some of my mom's side thought it was a bit much to have Rita there instead of my mom, but hey, I can't support her actions, so everyone's entitled to their opinion. We had a total blast though, with zero drama, no one ran away or cried out of sadness, and no one made a scene. We're redoing part of the house to make it more our own and to finally move out of my childhood room. Overall, everything's going great. Sam's gotten a few less Julia Roberts themed gifts, but he's all about wearing his t-shirts proudly. Oh, and on a fun note, Sam's girlfriend mentioned she's thinking about proposing to him when the time feels right, so who knows? Maybe this time he'll actually make it to the altar.